Barnabas preached the gospel and people came and heard. Yeah, people came and heard.
Across the ocean to Cyprus Island, they ventured out on their own. They planted in Barnabas and faced just Paulus and went on their way in the Lord.
They planted in Barnabas and faced just Paulus and went on their way in the Lord. Just go and pray and preach the gospel to any person. Go and pray and tell somebody today.
John Mark went with them across the water to cure the sin of the heart. But lacking conviction and homesick and sorry, he went back to where he did start.
But lacking conviction and homesick and sorry, he went back to where he did start. Just go and pray and preach the gospel to any person. Go and pray and tell somebody today. Paul and Barnabas preached the gospel. Paul and Barnabas preached the word. Paul and Barnabas preached the gospel and people came and heard. Oh yeah, people came and heard. They came and heard.
Way out to Asia, they spread the gospel, and churches sprang up from everywhere. Paul is the leader and Barnabas teacher, in everything willing to share.
Paul is a leader and Barnabas teacher, in everything willing to share. Just go and pray and preach the gospel to any person. Go and pray and tell somebody today.
Back home in Israel they greet the brethren, but troubled answers are all they hear. The Jewish believers are binding their brothers in ritual law and in fear.
The Jewish believers are soundly refuted by Paul and his friends then and there. Just go and pray and preach the gospel to any person. Go and pray and tell somebody today. Paul and Barnabas preached the gospel. Paul and Barnabas preached the word. Paul and Barnabas preached the gospel and people came and heard. Oh yeah, people came and heard. They came and heard.
Now Paul is anxious to take the gospel to everyone in the door. It's time to revisit the churches in Asia that Barnabas wanted to know.
It's time to revisit the churches in Asia that Barnabas wanted to know. Paul and Silas now preach the gospel. Paul and Silas now preach the word. Paul and Silas now preach the gospel and people came and heard. Oh yeah, people came and heard. Just go